Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we will create a game, a beautiful game that children, even the adults, can play in order to learn about more geography, right? Even some of the adults cannot know the countries in the world map. So we will create a beautiful game that we can learn all the countries in the world map. Let's look at the final version of the game. This is the final version that we are gonna create. As you can see, there appears a pop-up and there the player can enter the country name. Whenever it enters, it goes direct to the geographical position of the country, Canada and Russia and the USA, and it finds where its location in the world map, and Brazil, and I'm entering another one, Australia. There he finds our game successfully finds the exact location in the world map. And let's find New Zealand. There it is, as you can see. Let's find India, and it finds India. Let's exit the game. Okay. Whenever we click exit, and there appears a message that shows that how many we have answered correctly. In our case, we have answered 7 of the states correctly in the entire countries at the world. Yes, let's close this one. I will I will create this game by using Part1, and you can use whatever ID you like. And first of all, this game we have a list of countries and it is their geographical location. Um, Also, we have a world map as a GIF file. In order to work with Turtle module in Python, the pictures should be in a GIF extension. The other PNG or JPEG are not accepted. So it has to be GIF. And this is our main pie. And this is the countries as a CSV file. State, the countries from the United States to other countries, all the countries in the world map, and their X location and their Y location or coordinates. Okay, don't worry about it. I will share the entire code and its extensions and all the files related to this code, and you can find and reach by clicking on them whenever you want to create this beautiful game, and I will share in my YouTube channel as well. First of all, let's import our turtle module, okay? But we will import from turtle import uppercase turtle, and we will also use pandas module because we will work with CSV file. We can also work with CSV module, but I think I personally prefer to work with pandas. Let's import pandas, and I will use PD as a general alias for pandas. I will use um, some special fonts beforehand, so therefore I am writing here. Uh, let's I will use Courier here, and the font size will be 12 and it will be normal size. Okay, and let's choose our font. If you use constant, it is general rule that you have to use uppercase, okay, as a variable. Therefore, I'm using uppercase variables here, and instead of this one, let me cut down that one here and paste here. Alignment will be center, because whenever you want to make some changes in your code, you don't need to look for entire your code. Sometimes there will be hundreds of thousands of codes, so you don't need to look through entire your code. So you can find in the beginning of the or of your Python file. And this will be on my font too, because I will use different kinds of fonts here. Let's copy this one. Just I will change for font to the font size. Instead of 12, I will use 7 here. Okay. You may wonder about how I can find out these coordinates, right? It's very easy. I just created a function here. Let's say that get mouse click coordinate function, and it will get x and y, and then print x and y. Okay, we will go step by step, and after that I will show you what I mean. How can I use this function? um, in, Including turtle, we have to also import screen module from turtle package. um, we after importing these modules, we have to create an object or an instance of these classes or modules, whatever term you use. And this screen module will create a beautiful screen that turtle module inherited from the Tkinter library. And first of all, after creating an instance of this class, we will create our title. It's very simple. Just we will use title method here, and we will give a name for our game. Let's say that world map game. And you can also use interesting name, whatever you like. I will choose this one. And let's do this one first. Screen.main loop. I want to show you something. Okay, whenever I click, um, as you can see, there is an empty screen appears here. This is the screen object. Create this beautiful screen. We can also decide what kinds of shape, what kinds of size it will be, but I will not do that for this time. Um, in our background in our screen, there is only one white empty place, right? But instead of this, in order to work with my game, I will use this. I have already uh, installed from Google, and I will use this beautiful world map. You can so We can use this gift gif image and use this one to create our background image for our game. Okay, how can we do that? um, First of all, we will use our screen object or instance and add shape, which will add this map world map gif file as a background shape. And let's click this one in order to see the results. So we are also, yep, but this main loop should come at the end, because this method makes this screen pops up and becomes stable in our screen. So there appears nothing, right? Because we also need to create an turtle object. Let's name this one game. Okay, you can use whatever name you like, and let's create a um, turtle object here. And this game turtle We also will shape this one. We will use shape method. This also shape. We will use the same image here. Yep. And whenever we click, and yes, as you can see, now our background is not an empty, but it is a map of our world, right? Yes, now it's ready. And this add shape added this world map shape at the background of the screen, and our turtle, like this game object from the turtle module, have created this shape as our background image. Okay, I will also use screen dot tracer. Um, this will stop the 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 image, our background image, and we will activate it later. I will show you again. And let's also create a data frame, because we will work with this CSV file, right? Um, we will import this one. We will use this one. We will use pandas library, pandas.read this CSV file. It's because it's a CSV file. We will use CSV function from pandas, and inside this quotation marks we will write the name of the extension of our file. This country is the name of the file, and it pops up automatically if we use PyCharm. And let's look at how it looks, right? Let's print our data frame and see what kind of data we have. I'm clicking that one, and as you can see, the original version of the file is a file, comma separated file, country name and x coordinate and y coordinate. But in this, when we write as a pandas data frame, as you can see, it's a tabular form like an Excel file. This is the B2O pandas library. Why it is so popular among the data scientists, we understand here. Okay. In our game, we will guess the names of the countries, right? Therefore, we will create an empty list in order to append all of the guest countries. And we will also create states variable here, and in order to reach the items of each column, as you can see in our data frame, df data frame, we have three main columns: state column, x coordinate column, and y coordinate column. Okay, before I am assigning here, let me print you. If we, for example, write here the name of the state column, okay, let's print out this one. As you can see, when we print out the data frame, we see three columns, but when I just write here inside quotation mark, like we use keys in Python dictionaries, we can also call the values from a column by using like a normal Python dictionary key system. Okay, for example, if you change this one, and instead of state column, we can also call x or y column. Let's call this one x column. As you can see, now we reached all the values of the x column in our data frame. Okay, Now what I will do is I will create a states list. How can I do that? And I will use this x the values of this x column from the data frame, and I will turn this one to a list. Okay, because if I without turning this one into a list, it will we will get an pandas data frame series, so it will not useful for our purpose of this game. Instead, we will transform this one to a list. To list method is a very useful one, and it will automatically transform pandas pandas data frames series into a list. Okay, let's print the result, and let's close this. As you can see, we have now reached all the x column of the data frame. This is minus 205 comma 0, and so on and so on and so on. And let's look at the first value. Yes, as you can see, the first value is x coordinate is minus 205. And now we get all these values as a list, and we have sent or as a list into our states variable here. And let's continue. um, Here, um, now we have reached all the values from our CSV file, and also we have created a beautiful background image from this world map GIF file. And now this is the start of the main start of the game. I will create a while loop because I want this game to continue. Okay, not one time, not two times, to continue until someone or the user clicks on the exit button or wants to close the window. Okay, but before using this while, I will create is a variable is game on. You can give whatever name you like. First of all, I will give this one true, and instead of using while true, yes, which this means that while true, but instead of using this one, I will use a variable name here is game on. The reason is that I can change this variable name uh, under this while loop, right? If I use true instead of this variable name, it's very difficult to go out of this while loop, and this is a risk of getting infinite while infinite while loop, and it's very dangerous for our game. So therefore, I'm using is game on variable here, and now we can update. As you can see beforehand, I have used and stopped the image, the background image, by using tracer screen.tracer method. Now I will update, which means that whenever it comes inside the while loop, the screen will update itself. Okay, this frees the screen, and now screen.update method will update the screen, and therefore the user can experience a beautiful screen that's changing according to its movements or his decisions. And um, from here, uh, I will create an answer variable from the user, because our user will give an answer, right? If you watch the the, uh, the the game video that I show you in the beginning, then there pop-ups and a screen, right? Now here, first of all, we will create this pop-up. text, and we will use screen dot text input. This will enable the users to give inputs like the input function of the Python, right? And inside this function, this method, I will use title parameter, and um, let's say that you can give a title of this input. Let's say that how many countries we have. In my list, I will not use the some countries that island countries. I'm just using the other countries that are known by majority of the people. Um, and yes, 100 countries we have according to my list, and this is the title of the pop-up text input. And I will also write something inside the prompt parameter that command the user to enter a country, a country he wants to enter. What is the country name? You can change this one. I'm choosing just this one. Okay. Um, it is a good educational game. Therefore, I will also creating a stage to learn, because I will create another CSV file for the user. All it will list all the countries the user couldn't find out, and this will also become a list, Python list. Let's write this correctly.